do you think with Marcus Rashford now? Because he's going to have a decision to make. Man United have got a decision to make. Do you think that he is open to potentially going back to Man United, or do you think that's gone?
I think that ship sailed, mate. I think there's too much water under the bridge. I think something's happened there. He clearly wasn't happy for whatever reason. I think that he's a problem to the club because of his high wages. I think the new ownership has come in and looked at the big earners, not happy with what they've seen. Anthony's on big money. He's on big money. I think they want to trim the wage bill. I don't think there's a way back for Marcus Rashford at United. The fact that you're sending a player like him out on loan tells you all you need to know. I don't see a world in which he goes back there and plays to the highest level again. As I mentioned, because the wage, I don't think the club can get past that. He needed to separate from United. And he's gone to a football club that's, at the moment, going through the gears nicely. Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals of the FA Cup. Looks like there's a chance they may get in and around that top 4, top 5.
Yeah.
He's doing okay. I wouldn't say he's been blowing teams away. I wouldn't say he's been brilliant, but he's been good. And if with Marcus,
better than good, he's done really well.
I think he's been good. I wouldn't say brilliant. Wouldn't say he's done okay. He's done good. He's doing what he now is paid to do: scoring goals, setting goals up. Right. If he can continue on this trajectory now, who knows what can happen between now and the end of the season? What Villa can achieve. The Marcus Rashford at the top of his game gets in England's 11. He's got to be at the very top of his game. And at the moment, there's still a long way to go between what we're seeing now and to what's seeing what got in that bumper contract. There's no reason to say he can't get back to those levels. Just heard Simon Jordan there saying, well, it's fine now, wait till they've got to write the cheque. 40 million, I believe, has been agreed between the two clubs. That's doable. That's not a lot of money.
40 million quid for Marcus Rashford.
But the problem you've got
is the wages.
That's where that stumbling block. What does Marcus do? How do you square that circle between what his contract is currently worth at United? He's got until 2028, I believe.
Yeah.
He's got 2028 until that contract? Yes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So he has got another 3 years left on well over 300 grand a week. I don't see how Villa can afford that. I simply don't.
No.
So
but how do they figure that out then?
I don't know. Just don't know. Depends what they do. I mean, like I said, between now and then, there might be a world in which he goes back on loan then next season. That wouldn't be impossible to see, would it? They pay a part of his wages. He's off the wage bill from United's point of view. It might
Why can't he go back to Man United? Say he turns around, he has that conversation with Ruben Amorim, said, look, I fell out of love with it here. I needed a reset. I've gone away. I've realised that, Man United is the football club where I'd love to be at. They're a huge football club.
I don't think the club want him. I don't think the club can afford him.
How can you not want, though,
because they can't
fit and firing
because they can't
Marcus Rashford?
Jay, he's on the sort of money. He's on eye-watering money for men. You've seen what Sir Jim Ratcliffe has come in and done. He's trimming money everywhere at the club. And the biggest earner at the football club is Marcus Rashford. There's no point in trimming the wages off the canteen staff and doing what he's doing around the ground and still paying someone 300 X amount of grand a week. I don't see how that fits into the new business model. That's my own personal. I don't know that. That's my own personal. I've seen Chelsea do it. I've seen what they've done. Get rid of the big earners. Move the big earners off. We want to bring the wage bill down.
Okay, but if they want to get rid of Marcus Rashford and Aston Villa are not prepared to pay him 350 grand a week, they'll pay him 200.
Yep.
Do Man United cover the rest?
I think they might have to pay him to go. Might have to give him 10 million to get out. Might have to do that. Whatever they're going to give 5 million, whatever it is, to move him on and then start again. Like I said, don't be surprised if Marcus' loan runs out and another loan comes up, whether it be at Villa or somewhere else. It might suit both parties again. That contract. Can you see someone walking away from a contract that is worth so much money?
No.
That's going to be tough for everyone.
Stupid.
So Marcus is going to have some decisions to make. The club will have to make some decisions. I think it's pretty obvious now that his relationship with United is broken down on the field, off the field, and they can't afford him.
All right. Man United boss Ruben Amorim was asked about Marcus Rashford's performances at Aston Villa. Let's have a listen.
We have a lot of games to play, and I'm focused on my team and my players, and Rashford is not my player at the moment, but every player that performs well on loan is a good news for our club, so we are happy with that.
Straight back, nothing he can do. Answered it perfectly there. Ruben Amorim has been coming with a bit of stick sometimes the way he answers some of his questions, and maybe he's lost in translation, but he's absolutely right. Good luck to Marcus. It's a good thing if he. What would be a terrible thing for United is if he went there and completely flopped.
I know, but does it make him look a bit stupid?
No, I don't think so. No, I think, as I say, I don't think Danny Murphy's talking about it earlier. I totally agree with him. I don't think it's been his decision to move him on. I think this has come from the top. He's a high earner. We cannot afford to have him at this football club. Get him off the wage bill. I don't know how it's structured between Manchester United and Villa. Villa will be paying some, obviously, but they'll be bringing that wage bill down. The problem they'll have, is if he ends up back there, he's on, and no one wants to take him.
Do you think Man United fans would want him back?
I don't know. So some of them have phoned us up and been scathing of him. Others have phoned up and said, look, it's not just down to him. You look at the club, how it's lurched from one desperate situation to another. The club has been in a tailspin for years. It's this season. Look what they've had. Gave a new manager. Gave Ten Hag a new contract in June.
Yeah.
He's sacked before Christmas. That tells you in his own. Look at Dan Ashworth's situation. The club's in a right mess from top to bottom. I'm not so sure his future's going to be a nightmare. I can't see that.
Okay, you can have your say now. 03717 223344. Would you want Marcus Rashford back? Would you take Marcus Rashford? Aston Villa fans, would you want to sign him on a permanent contract, even if it was 300 grand a week? We've been taking calls on the Newcastle celebrations. Terry's a Liverpool fan. He's phoned us up. Right, Tel.
All right, Tel.
All right, lads. You all right?
I'm all right, Tel. How are you?
Yeah. First time caller, so I'm a bit nervous.
We'll treat you with
Don't
kid
be
gloves,
nervous, mate.
Tel.
Come on,
don't worry, matey.
I have started to listen to Jim White paint himself as the saviour of football. I've sat and listened to Cundy talking about Liverpool, three gritted teeth. I've even sat and listened to some of the daft fans who phone up and go on about quadruples and sauces and all that kind of stuff.
No.
But O'Hara, you're the one who's got me to ring in with what you've said tonight, mate. Honest to God. You've had a proper shocker here, lad.
Yeah, go on.
You've got to remember, Newcastle have been so long without a trophy. You've got all this built-up frustration and whatever else in regards to trying to win something. They've been through the Ashley years when it must have felt going the game, must have felt like a dredge, which none of us as fans ever want that to be. They had relegation. They've come back from that. Then they've obviously got bought out by the Saudis. They've gone on a cup run. They've played the team who were at the top of the league. And, we're going quite well until we got beat by PSG. And against, then they've come out and won it in the final. Yeah. Obviously, they're going to celebrate it. Why wouldn't they? They're going to be made up.
I'm not saying don't celebrate it. No, I'm saying, listen, great. They were fantastic. I wanted them to win. Brilliant. Celebrate on the day. Have their moment. But just, pulling Ant and Deck out, the whole Alan Shearer thing, everyone, they're singing the songs up on the stand with the cup.
Come on. There, Jamie, I know down south you don't really talk to each other. But up here in the north, we do things together, mate. We're a little bit different, you know what I mean? So obviously they're all going to do stuff like that. What are the fans supposed to do? Just sit on the couch and go, oh, wow, we've won a trophy, nice one.
No, I expect them to celebrate at the stadium, at St James's Park, next home game, have their moment at Wembley, which they did. It was brilliant, fair play, like the celebrations are brilliant. There was plenty of fans there to celebrate with. I get it. But
we do, Jay.
But I just think it was all right. I just thought it was OTT. You're meant to be a big football club. You're meant to be Newcastle. You've got some international stars in the team. You're expected to go and win games now. You're expected to get to latter stages of tournaments. That you're Newcastle. You've got a brilliant side with a brilliant manager. I just thought it was. I just thought it was a bit cringe, mate. I just thought it was a bit cringe. It was a bit OTT for me.
I would have just thought, as a Tottenham fan who'd probably celebrate at the moment at winning a corner, you'd have just done a little bit better and give the Newcastle fans a little bit more credit, mate. That's all.
Listen,
after you've got, in your words, a whooping in the semi-final against Liverpool.
Whooping.
If it didn't work that way and you got to the final and used one, could you imagine the celebrations that we'd still be partying now, mate?
You're right. You're right, Tel.
Knocking on the bed. So,
I wouldn't. I won it. So I won it.
Give them a minute and let them have it.
Let them have it. If they want their moment, let them have it. Fair play.
That's
enjoy
what
it.
Football fans do. We celebrate those moments, in the words of your manager. Who we are.
Can I just stay there, Tel? Can I just ask you something? You say they're expected to win things. Newcastle fans haven't won anything for 7 years. How can you expect a team that's never won anything?
But they're a completely different club now, James.
But no one expects Newcastle to win a trophy.
You expect Newcastle to get to the latter stages of a tournament.
Fine. Right? But that's the first trophy.
They didn't go into that final as the complete underdogs, did they?
They did.
They didn't.
They did.
They didn't.
Well, they did.
They didn't.
They were playing the best side of the country.
Yeah, and they were terrible.
Newcastle deserved, but no. Newcastle had a chance and they knew it. and Liverpool come off the back of what was a devastating blow, but both physically and mentally, by losing to PSG. They were there for the taking, and they put them to the sword.
They were fantastic.
And they took them
and they were brilliant.
But when you say that fans expect Newcastle to win things, they haven't won it for... How can you expect someone to do something? They haven't done it for 70 years. How can you expect that?
Because of the team they are now, Jace. Who cares? What is all this history chat about 70 years ago? Who cares?
You give them a chance. You give them a very good chance. The expert expect Newcastle...
It's a load of old garbage.
No, the word expect...
We haven't won nothing for 70 years. Right, okay, well, you're not that football club anymore. They're not.
No, they're not. They're not that club anymore.
They're a brilliant football club. Well run, richest club in the world, spend money, got fantastic players and a brilliant manager.
They don't have...
I expect Newcastle to get to the latter stages of competition.
Yeah, but that's not winning it, is it? It's very different.
It's just...
I think it's right, the caller. They've had heartbreak. They've had the ownership before. This has been a football club that has underachieved. You know, this should be a
violin out. Get the violin out.
Being a Grinch again.
Honestly.
Being Grinchy. Why are you being Grinchy?
Go on, say it again. Go on.
Why are you being Grinchy? I couldn't care less. I'm not a Newcastle fan.
Come on.
Why are you being Grinch?
I just, they've had heartache.
Do you know what?
We've had the Ashley years.
Oh, they have. Oh, they have, mate. Oh, look, moaning. You're going through the Ashley years. You're going through the Levy years.
We needed this. We needed this in the city. We're a one-club city. And Sunderland up there. Do you know what I mean? Sunderland's up there, isn't it?
What's happened to you?
What about Gateshead? They're up there, aren't they?
Is this what getting engaged does to you?
I'm just saying.
No, hold it. Is this what's happened? I've just worked it out, right? I just worked it out. You're now getting married again. This is what you've turned into. This is what's happened. It's your first show. Love her, then. You realise you've got it again. That's what's happened, isn't it?
Do me a favour.
Got engaged at the weekend and he's turned into the Grinch.
Do
you know what? I feel so sorry for that poor fiancé of his. This is what he's now. Grumpy old man. Miserable old man.
Listen, enjoy the moment, Newcastle fans. Enjoy the moment. Well done. Carabao Cup win. Well done.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.